turn this around. Take that pain for my life. Walk the distance from fear forever. Watch me turn this around.
Hey, what's up everybody? This is Holy Hand Grenade, and today I am posting my first commentary for Crysis 2. And first off, I have to say that this demo has made me want to buy Crysis 2 in about 5 minutes of playing it. I literally downloaded it, got into a game, got killed over and over, but enjoyed the crap out of it, and now I'm pretty much convinced that I'm going to buy this game the second it comes out. So for today's video, I'm going to primarily focus on the conservation of energy and also the positive and negative effects while using the 4 main armor abilities, which would be the armor, invisibility, sprint, and power jump thing. Okay, so first off, the one big thing about this game is if you can't control your energy use and you can't moderate how you use it when in combat and when out of combat, you will not be good at this game. You have to be on the fly with your decisions on what ability to use and when to not use any abilities at all when your energy is very low. And second, you need to be able to determine what ability needs to be used in a split second, because if someone is shooting at you, you need to be able to know, do I need to run and stealth, do I need to charge and go armor? It's all in a split second, and you need to know that, and this is why I'm trying to make this video and help you guys out. Okay, so the first tip I have for you guys is to not overload the abilities you're using. At any one time, I'm only ever using at least 2 abilities, and that's kind of pushing the amount of energy that you want to be using. Out of combat, I usually end up just stealthing a lot and sprinting, and sprinting can use up a lot of energy on its own, and then combined with stealth, you can be drained very quickly. And when you add the Hulk jump to the equation, your energy loss can be almost instant. Of course, you do cover a lot of ground, both jumping and sprinting, and using invisibility at the same time. You can move very quick and not be seen, but of course, you can only do that for a couple of seconds before your energy is completely drained. Alright, so I'm going to get into the more specific ways of using the armor abilities and the positive, negative things, you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so for the first ability, I'm going to be talking about sprint. And normally in many FPS games, sprint has no tax whatsoever besides maybe the length in which you can use it. And that does also have a tax in this game, but the little kicker is that it takes up energy. And its energy use is not that fast, but it's a medium amount of energy use. And you don't really want to be using it for that long of periods of time. If a guy is 200 feet away from you, you're not going to get him before your energy's gone. The best way to go about using a sprint ability is to kind of sprint for a little bit, then hit the Hulk jump, then sprint a little bit more, and then kind of just walk a little bit and let your energy go back up, and then repeat that process over and over, and that is usually the fastest way to get around the map. Okay, so for the second ability, I'm going to be talking about the armor ability. And when you pop the armor ability, basically what happens is you get a shield that covers you, and bullet damage is significantly reduced. Basically, if you're running around anywhere and you get shot once without even looking, before you look, you want to be able to hit that button that turns on that shield, because that is the #1 lifesaver in this game. The great thing about the armor is that it's the only ability that doesn't have a negative drawback, besides the obvious, okay, it drains your energy if you leave it on. So you always want to make sure that you don't leave it on, because it's kind of hard to see a little bit, maybe especially if you're shot, because the blood can cover up the little bubble that it puts on your screen. But what I normally do is the second I get shot, I hit that button, I get out of stealth, I get out of everything, I just put on my shield, and then I kill the guy. Once I see that he is dead and the points pop up on my screen, I immediately tap off the shield to avoid losing any energy. And you can kind of see the little theme I'm reiterating here, where energy is key, and if there's ever a chance where you're not wanting to lose it, you want to keep it. Okay, so for the third ability, I will be doing the invisibility. Now, this is by far the most hybrid of the abilities. It can be used great for defensive things and also great for attacking. Now, when you're using stealth for an offensive kind of thing, you always want to make sure that before you go into any type of combat, you want to unstealth unless you're going to melee them and there's no enemies around. The reason for that is because the second you use any attack while in stealth, your energy is immediately put at 0, and when your energy is low and at 0, you have a higher chance of taking more damage, and that's usually what happens if you ever shoot at someone coming out of stealth and they shoot you once in the head. You get that slow motion kill cam. That's usually what ends up happening. So make sure right before you're about to attack somebody or melee them, you either really quickly untap stealth, or you just kind of like make the sacrifice of your energy, but you need to get safe very quickly after doing that. And the same thing applies when you're using it as a defensive ability. If you're being shot, obviously the first thing you want to do is hit your armor, but one of your top priorities is getting out of the location from where you're getting shot. So the best way to do that is to quickly hit your stealth and then sprint away as quickly as possible, and then kind of relocate and figure out where you're getting shot from, and you know what the rest is. So the last ability I will be talking about today would be the power jump. The Hulk jump, whatever you want to call it. It makes everyone who uses it look badass, because you go flying up in the air and it's like, damn, I want to fucking hit the ground with my power slam. But yeah, so pretty much what power jump does is it just sends you about 15 feet in the air, and it's probably one of the greater mobility abilities besides sprint. And basically what you can do is, if there's a ledge you can't quite reach just with your normal jump, you can pop that baby and it pretty much vaults you up to any ledge, and you can pretty much grab on anything. It's really great for moving fast and all that kind of jazz. The only really bad thing about the base ability power jump, this is not including the slam, which is just kind of an additional perk, would be the amount of energy that it uses. Power jump takes up a lot of energy, and normally people do it when they're sprinting to kind of increase the height jump and all that stuff. But the amount of energy you use is very high, so you can only do like 3 or 4 jumps, maybe 2 or 3 if you're sprinting while doing them, before you're pretty much at 0 energy. So pretty much what you want to do is just sprint for a bit, power jump, sprint, power jump, wait, power jump, sprint, you know. Okay, alright, so that will pretty much do it for this video. This gameplay was like 16 and 3 or something, pretty much all melee attacks. That was just kind of what I was doing the entire game. Next time I'll probably upload my 21 and 4 game where I get the 7 kill streak, which is pretty badass. But I kind of wanted to thank you guys for 900 subs. I kind of hit that last night. That's insane. I never even thought I would get that far in this amount of time. So thank you for that, guys. And if you haven't already subbed, do that please, because I'll be uploading a ton more Crysis 2, because this game is the shit. And until next time, guys, I am Holy Hand Grenade, and see ya.